Theodore Roosevelt Quotes. We must dare to be great, and we must realize that greatness is the fruit of toil and sacrifice and high courage. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Old age is like everything else. To make a success of it, you've got to start young. Far and away, the best price that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. A man's usefulness depends upon his living up to his ideals insofar as he can. The boy who is going to make a great man must not make up his mind merely to overcome 1,000 obstacles, but to win in spite of 1,000 repulses and defeats. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. If we are really to be a great nation, we must not merely talk, we must act big. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but in finding out the right and upholding it wherever found against the wrong. In this country, we have no place for hyphenated Americans. A great democracy has got to be progressive, or it will soon cease to be great or a democracy. Nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, difficulty. Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point. The joy of living is his who has the heart to demand it. I don't pity any man who does hard work worth doing. I admire him. I pity the creature who does not work, at whichever end of the social scale he may regard himself as being. We must show, not merely in great crisis, but in the everyday affairs of life, the qualities of practical intelligence, of courage, of hardihood, and endurance, and above all, the power of devotion to a lofty ideal. I think there's only one quality worse than hardness of heart, and that is softness of head. We need the iron qualities that go with true manhood. We need the positive virtues of resolution, of courage, of indomitable will, of power to do without shrinking the rough work that must always be done. In life, as in a football game, the principle to follow is hit the line hard. Courage, hard work, self-mastery, and intelligent effort are all essential to successful life. A typical vice of American politics is the avoidance of saying anything real on real issues. Practical efficiency is common, and lofty idealism is uncommon. It is the combination which is necessary, and the combination is rare. There can be no 50-50 Americanism in this country. There is room here for only 100% Americanism, only for those who are Americans and nothing else. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads, and the boss drives. To educate a person in the mind, but not in morals, is to educate a menace to society. If you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. Wars are, of course, as a rule, to be avoided, but they are far better than certain kinds of peace. Do you love the inspiration, mindset shifts, and value you get from motivational quotes? Then you should sign up for our Your Inspirational Quote newsletter. Subscribers get a daily inspirational quote and a fascinating fun fact to start your day off right. Best of all, it's totally free. Just go to theinspirationalmindset.com/quotes to subscribe and start off every day inspired and informed. That's theinspirationalmindset.com/quotes. I'll see you there.